Tuned in to www.oghuskyradio.com. Broadcasting live from the east side of Los Angeles, worldwide, live every Thursday night. All elements of hip-hop and beyond represented. Anyone out there making moves, representing what we represent, bring them on through. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Art Mesa. I go by Chicano Soul on Instagram. You can catch me there, Facebook, Twitter, all over social media, Tumblr, as a matter of fact.
So what is Chicano Soul? That's like a gang, right?
No, man. Chicano Soul is something that, is represented worldwide. It's not just one person. It's not just me. Anybody who's got love for the Chicano culture has got that Chicano Soul in them. What I do is photography. And what I started out doing was just shooting cars, hitting a lot of car shows, Bob's Big Boy, family, just picnics or whatever I could find. And I started shooting a lot of cars. And then it turned into with a name like Chicano Soul, I wanted to include everything about Chicano culture. And I'm still getting there, portraits, old photos, new stuff, new styles. So I still got a lot of work to do, but I want to encapsulate everything.
To be honest, when it started, did you really understand the responsibility that you had with the name like that?
There was no responsibility at the beginning. I shot with an iPod. So a lot of people and a lot of people use that Instagram photographer term.
Yeah.
But you're just doing your thing. iPod photo here, iPod photo there. I started getting some compliments. My family, my wife supports me, my friends and stuff, and they talk me into moving up to a nicer camera.
So what are you shooting with now?
I got a couple Nikons,
because I have no clue about photography at all, but it sounds legit.
Well, I'm still learning myself, man. And so I got a couple DSLRs, some good cameras. Nothing too expensive, but good stuff. And now the pictures look a lot better. You're able to print them out and be happy with what you shot. I started going to a lot of car shows. A friend of mine is an independent publisher out in Florida, Santino Rivera, and he came to me with this idea where he wanted to put this book together, Chicano Literature Anthology, all on lowriding culture. He says, you're the guy that's going to supply the photography. I'm gonna get submissions from lots of different people, all on lowriding culture. So the book came out. It's called Low Writing. It's a play on words there. Yeah. Came out last year, January of 2014. The book is doing good. Like I said, it's independently published, so not a lot of people have heard about it. If you're following me on Instagram, you've seen where I've gone, taken it. We went up to San Francisco.
At Chicano_Soul. Also, you could pick up the low writing book at Mi Vida in Highland Park.
Mi Vida, yeah. Noel Reyes, co-owner of Mi Vida, has got a piece in the book, as a matter of fact. Low Down and Dirty up in Uptown Whittier. They've got a few copies on their shelves, too. So thank you to both of them.
How many photos? So then, is it professional, or where did it turn professional? How many photos do you have?
In that book, I've got 50 photos.
Okay.
A lot of cool things have happened with stuff like that. One of the photos in the book, I've actually got it into City Hall. So the mayor has one of them. It's a picture of the 6th Street Bridge. And a funny thing with that, I don't know if you've had him on your show, but Huffer had a piece. So the picture is a 6th Street Bridge, train yard. You got the trains going.
Yeah.
And there's a big piece that says Huff on one of them, and
Yeah.
I didn't notice that until I did an art show, the greatest of them all, and Huff was there, and he was tripping out because his piece was on the train,
And so you got that one in.
I told him I smuggled it into City Hall. I had no idea, But so he got a kick out of that.
So you did more than your part for the culture, right?
I helped, man. So it was hanging in City Hall. I think they took it down right now, but I'm trying to get it added to the city collection, which is cool. Like I said, starting off with iPods to get a photo into the city collection in this great city is a cool accomplishment. So.
What area did you grow up?
In the beginning, I lived in Echo Park. My parents divorced, moved to Boyle Heights, went to Hollenbeck, Roosevelt, and then lived out in here in El Cerrito.
Man, why is it when they divorced they moved to Boyle Heights though?
But you know
what is
man?
that? Why is that?
But you know what? Boyle Heights, I gotta say, is the better place, man. I went to private school in Echo Park, and it was okay. Real whitewashed, but then I moved to Boyle Heights and everything was cool,
Yeah, it's a different.
Of course, I had to pass like 5 gang neighborhoods just to get to school, But
welcome to Boyle Heights.
But it was all good, So good memories there.
But so then, what got you into the low riding culture? Then were your parents? Were they separated? Who had low riders, or where did you see that?
Nobody really.
Nobody.
No, my dad always had. I always heard stories about this. He had a '63 Impala. He had a '64 Impala, stuff like that. nothing ever fixed up, nothing lowrider, nothing like that. But I just always like the details on the cars and stuff. So like I said, just posting them on with my iPod just for fun, you know. Didn't think it was gonna go anywhere, but we started doing that book, and things started rolling, and try to improve them. Another one of the photos it's in the book. War recently used it for their tour dates. They contacted me and they're like, hey, you know, we really feel that this photo encapsulates what we're trying to, you know, what we're trying to do. We'd like to use it for our tour dates. I'm like, hell yeah, man. You guys are War.
And we'll open up that argument. War is hands down the greatest band ever. OG Husky Radio on Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff, because that's a great debate I have. But go ahead.
I mean, no argument here, man. War. When they contacted me about that, I was like,
congratulations,
take it, man. You know, so that was cool.
Where did the transition come for the clothing company then? Like, how did that come about?
I started wearing, you know, a lot of different photographers and stuff. They wear their own gear, you know, whatever so-and-so photo on their shirts and stuff. But I would just wear, I had this cool logo. It says Chicano Soul, like a Coke font, you know.
Yeah.
So I started wearing it on my Dickies shirt, whatever. And so my wife, Anna, she's like, you know, let's print it across the chest, you know. And that's what I like about it is that it doesn't say photography on it. Yeah. So if you want to wear it, you want to rep Chicano Soul, that's for your own good. You're not forced to...
Photography, yeah.
Because I understand people don't always want to, you know, have that on their clothing. So I go to car shows now, and I got different friends that, and their sons and their daughters and stuff that all represent, and it's cool. You know, it's a good feeling that they support what I'm doing, and I'm out at the same time trying to show love for what they're doing. You know.
So me being the devil's advocate that I am, you have to choose right now. Photography or the clothing, man? Which one would you choose?
I'm gonna go with the photography, hands down. My wife's gonna go with the clothing. You know, she has fun. You know, choosing different fonts and styles and colors and stuff like that. But I got into it with the photography.
I don't want to start the divorce and have you guys move back to Boyle Heights.
Yeah.
But
or me.
Who has the final say? Like in it.
She's raising her hand over there. She's got the final say with the clothing. You know, whatever she wants to do with it, that's cool. And I don't want to get sidetracked and start off one thing and then just go. So I'll stick with the photos, even though right now the clothing is probably selling better, to be honest. You know.
That's how it works, huh?
But
that's because she's running it.
That's because she's running it, yeah. but it's all good with me. You know, I'm having fun.
I
with
asked
the
you earlier, how many photos total do you think you have, like, since you've been taking photos, like?
It's easily in the thousands, and that's the thing. I shoot
digital. Do you save everything?
Well, I do, but it's just being like a pack rat. I couldn't, you know, being digital, it's so easy to just delete, you know. Then that's why I got a lot of love and respect for film shooters, you know, because that shit's expensive. You know, you got to be really careful with what you shoot. So I've got easily thousands. On my Instagram, I got like about maybe 1,400 and some. But I like to leave those old photos. A lot of people will delete theirs.
Yeah.
I kind of like to leave mine to see the progression and where I've come from. So that's why I got so many.
So with that many, how do you choose when you're doing an installation? How do you choose what?
Depending on the type of show. I just did a show with Mi Vida, and it was cool. It was a collaborative show. We had this theme, and it was gonna kind of be like an homage to East Side Story, but we were gonna go through the decades. We kind of cut it down to like the 40s, 50s. So depending on what the idea is for the show, you know, we'll base it on that. I've got some stuff hanging right now at Homegirl Cafe, and maybe a lot of people haven't seen my stuff, so I'm trying to, in that show, a little bit of everything. I've got about 25 pieces, I think, hanging in Homegirl Cafe, where I've got, you know...
So what is everything? Cars? Besides the cars, what else?
I've got cars. I've got some portraits. I'm still working on those. Cars, portraits, places around L.A. 6th Street Bridge. You know, I know they're going to be knocking it down in a couple days, or tomorrow, I think. Yeah. But, man, that place is just amazing, and I'm happy with the shots I've got of it so far. So
how often do you shoot?
Whenever I can, and you know, sometimes that trigger finger gets a little itchy because I can't get out for whatever reason. I'm at work or working on a weekend when there's a good car show going on. But I try to get out there and practice.
Do you find yourself pulling over and doing that?
You know what? Yeah, I looked like real creepy when I started doing this because I'd see a car, you know, and I just pull up and start shooting it. People were like, "What the fuck is this guy doing? You know, with my car? You know, is he gonna tow it or what is he doing?" Now I can just control myself and wait till I get to a car show. You know, I don't have to be that creepy guy. But yeah, but sometimes when there's something that just, you know, hits you and you're like, that would make a good picture, you just got to do it.
Yeah, I just put it out there because for the most, like, people that do it, their family just like accepts it, like, all right, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And just so you know, it's not normal. Not everybody pulls over to take
No, just a couple weekends ago, we were leaving a car show and there was this guy playing a guitar, but he was facing the wall. And I told my wife, that would make a good picture right there. And she's like, why? I'm like, because he's facing the wall. He's supposed to be facing out to the audience, you know? And as I said that, there was a guy who pulled his bike over and took a picture of the guy. I'm like, there you go.
Took
you
my pic.
Yeah, you know. But, you know, you just got to know what to look for.
So what's well, we got Instagram at Chicano Soul Chicano underscore.
Yeah,
so
thank you.
You got the portraits there, the photos. You got the clothing company. What's in the bigger plans for the future? I mean, in 2 years, you already got the low riding book. You know what I mean? Like people been shooting for years and years, and you know what I mean.
Well, you know, I didn't know where it was gonna go, right?
Yeah.
You know, just like how it started. We've been able to do some cool things. We went to Tucson for the Festival of Books with low riding. Last year, we were invited to go up to the Mission District. Had an amazing time, you know, with the art show we put together there. It was a group show. A friend of mine, Luis Urrea, who's a big-time author, used one of my photos for the cover of his new book coming out. So that's going to open my stuff up to, you know, a lot more people. It's just hustling. Right now, I'm looking at some places in Canada, hoping that I can, you know, get my stuff over there and just keep trying to think bigger.
For someone now that's let's say picking up a camera today, what would you tell them?
I tell them to go for it. You know, a lot of people talk shit. Like I said, a lot of people are Instagram photographer. They talk shit. But you know what? Just do your own thing, you know, and if it works for you, fuck it. Like I said, I never, I mean, I'm not super big time or anything, but I never thought that I'd be here talking to you, doing different things.
No, but the work, the quality of work, like just, you know what I mean? And the movement, having people rocking it and doing all that. It's all intertwined, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people are like, why just my photography? Like, you know what I mean? You brought the family and like, all right, the clothes are taking off. You got to bring the family so we can start spreading it out. Like,
well, you know what? I was trying to keep up with my kids. My kids are super talented. My son, my daughter, they're both in, you know, music and stuff. He plays the drums, she sings, and they're talented, you know. So now I'm getting this thing where I'm kind of like, you know, doing my own thing, but it's all fun, and we're all super busy now, you know.
Yeah, definitely. I want to thank you for coming through. Any
So
shout outs
thank
before
you guys.
we cut out?
Just a shout out to my wife Anna, my son Anthony, my daughter Brianna. Thank you for having me, man. I appreciate it.
At Chicano underscore.
Yes, sir. Yes,
OGSQ
sir.
Radio. Stay posted. More interviews to come. DJ Top Rank live.